Welcome back to Healthy Aging Vault, the channel where smart seniors like you turn science into strength, one healthy choice at a time. Now, let's talk nuts. The title probably caught your attention. 4 nuts seniors should never touch, and 4 you must eat. Some of you might be nodding your heads like, yep, I knew peanuts were trouble. But others might be thinking, wait, I thought cashews were healthy. And hey, we get it. The health world is full of mixed messages. One day it's heart healthy, the next it's pro-inflammatory poison. So today, we're diving into the truth. What's hype? What's harm? And which 4 nuts can actually boost your energy, protect your brain, support your bones, and even improve your sleep as you age. Here's a spoiler. 1 nut on the never list is probably in your pantry right now, and it could be silently interfering with your medications. Yeah, this is one of those no one told me until it was too late kind of topics, so don't miss a second. But first, if you're new here, or if you've been watching and still haven't hit that red button, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to Healthy Aging Vault. It's free for you, but helps us reach more amazing people who want to age vibrantly, not passively. All right, ready to find out which nuts are helping and which are hurting? Let's crack into it. Part 1. The truth about muscle loss. It's not just about getting old. Most people think losing muscle is just part of aging, like getting wrinkles or gray hair. But that's not the full story. If that were true, why do some folks in their 80s still go hiking, do yoga, or lift weights, while others in their 60s struggle to get off the couch? The real issue is something called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that often starts in your 30s and speeds up after 60. Left unchecked, it can steal up to 50% of your muscle by age 80. And this isn't just about looking toned. It affects your ability to climb stairs, get up from a chair, catch yourself from a fall, and open jars or lift grocery bags. It's a big reason so many older adults lose mobility and independence. What really causes it? Sarcopenia isn't just caused by aging. It's caused by inactivity. If your muscles aren't being used, stressed, or fed properly, they shrink. Think of muscles like a campfire. Stop feeding it, and it dies down. For example, if you sit most of the day, skip protein-rich meals, or avoid strength-based movements, you're creating the perfect storm for muscle decline. A real-life example, Tom and Walter. Tom and Walter are 74-year-old twins from Minnesota. Same genetics, same upbringing. But Tom works out with resistance bands, eats protein with every meal, and moves every day. Walter doesn't. Now Tom walks his dog daily and even helps neighbors with yard work. Walter needs help standing from a chair and shuffles slowly with a cane. The difference? It's not age, it's lifestyle choices. Warning signs of sarcopenia. It sneaks up on you. You may notice feeling exhausted after climbing stairs, difficulty standing from soft couches, dropping objects more often, trouble carrying groceries or opening bottles. Here's the good news. Muscles can still grow, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. A study from Tufts University had people aged 72 to 98 do basic strength training. In 10 weeks, they gained strength and moved more confidently. Another study found strength training improved muscle more than cardio, even in people over 65. Bottom line, muscle loss isn't your destiny, inactivity is. Your body still wants to stay strong, you just have to send the right signals. Coming up next, a surprising way seniors are using short bursts of controlled stress to rebuild strength and energy without lifting a single weight. Part 2, the power of hormetic stress, good stress that builds strength. We're told stress is always bad, but that's not the full picture. Chronic, overwhelming stress can harm your health. But short bursts of stress? They can actually make your body stronger. This idea is called hormetic stress. Hormetic stress is a kind of controlled challenge to the body. You push your system just enough to trigger repair and growth, like exercise for your cells, and you don't need a gym. These small stressors can come from cold showers, sauna or heat exposure, intermittent fasting, isometric exercises, holding tension without movement, Let's take a closer look. Cold exposure, a refreshing reset. You don't need to jump into an icy lake. Just turning the water cold for 30 seconds at the end of your shower can help. Cold exposure has been shown to reduce inflammation, increase brown fat, which boosts metabolism, trigger adiponectin, a hormone that protects muscles. A European study found that seniors who exercised in cold water 3 times a week improved circulation, recovered faster, and had healthier mitochondria, the energy centers of your cells. Heat exposure, the healing heat. If you've ever used a sauna, you know how relaxing heat can be. But it also helps your body produce heat shock proteins, which protect and repair muscle cells. In Finland, older adults who use saunas several times a week have lower inflammation and better balance. Even soaking in a hot bath for 15 to 20 minutes can trigger similar benefits if you don't have access to a sauna. Intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating. It sounds intimidating, but fasting can be simple. Just shorten your eating window to 8 to 10 hours a day. For example, eat between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. This helps improve insulin sensitivity, boost growth hormone, trigger cellular cleanup, autophagy. A study published in Cell Metabolism showed older adults gained 10% better muscle cell function after 12 weeks of time-restricted eating without losing muscle mass. Isometric exercises, low impact, high reward. These are exercises where you engage muscles without movement. Examples: pressing your palms together for 10 seconds, wall sits, pulling against a towel. A 2023 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that just 5 minutes a day of isometric training helped seniors over 70 gain leg strength and stability. Real story. Eleanor's 30-second turnaround. Eleanor, 81, from Oregon, started ending her morning showers with 30 seconds of cold water. Within 6 weeks, she noticed better balance, less joint pain, and didn't need her cane for short walks anymore. She said, "I thought I was punishing my body. Turns out I was waking it up." Remember, hormetic stress only works when it's controlled. Too much and it overwhelms. Too little and it does nothing. The sweet spot? Small, consistent challenges that remind your body, hey, we're still in the game. Even a few minutes a day of these microstressors can lead to long-term strength, resilience, and energy. Part 3. The hidden dangers of common nuts for seniors. Not all nuts are created equal, especially as we age. While many are packed with good fats and nutrients, some can actually work against your health if you're over 60. Let's talk about 4 nuts that might be doing more harm than good. 1. Peanuts. Not technically a nut, and not always safe. Peanuts are everywhere. But they're not real nuts. They're legumes. That means they grow underground and are more likely to be contaminated with aflatoxins, toxic mold byproducts linked to liver damage. For older adults, detoxifying these toxins becomes harder with age. Peanuts also have a poor omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, which can fan the flames of inflammation. And if you're taking blood thinners, the vitamin K in peanuts could interfere with your medication. Don't forget peanut butter. It often includes added sugars, salt, and hydrogenated oils that raise blood pressure and cholesterol. If you love peanuts, try swapping them out for raw almonds or walnuts a few days a week. 2. Cashews, the sweet sneak. Cashews taste great, but they have a higher carb content than most nuts, about 9 grams per ounce. That means they spike blood sugar more, which isn't ideal if you're managing diabetes or prediabetes. Cashews are also high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium and may raise your risk of kidney stones and weakened bones, a major concern for older adults. And here's something surprising. Raw cashews naturally contain a compound similar to poison ivy. It's usually removed during processing, but high heat reduces their nutritional value. 3. Macadamia nuts, rich but risky. Macadamias are buttery and satisfying, but they're incredibly calorie-dense, about 200 calories per ounce. they're also high in saturated fat, which can stress your gallbladder. That's a concern if you have gallstones, which become more common with age. For those with dental work like crowns or bridges, their hardness can pose a risk. Worse, many store-bought macadamias are oil-roasted and heavily salted, adding stress to the heart and kidneys. 4. Pine nuts, small but sneaky. These tiny nuts might seem harmless, but they interact with over 60% of common medications, including blood pressure and cholesterol drugs. They're also high in polyunsaturated fats that oxidize quickly, which can promote inflammation. And yes, pine mouth is real, a weird metallic taste that can last days and kill your appetite. That's the last thing you need if you're already struggling to eat enough. Plus, they're slippery, making them a choking risk for seniors with dry mouth or swallowing issues. Bottom line, if you're over 60, your body is more sensitive to the inflammatory, metabolic, and digestive effects of what you eat. Swapping out high-risk nuts for healthier ones can make a real difference in how you feel and how you age. Up next, we'll talk about the 4 nuts you should be eating to boost memory, lower blood pressure, and protect your bones. Part 4. Almonds. The bone-strengthening powerhouse. When you're over 60, protecting your bones becomes critical, and almonds are one of the best natural tools for the job. They're rich in calcium, magnesium, and vitamin E, all of which play essential roles in keeping bones strong and joints moving smoothly. Why almonds matter more as you age. As we age, bone density naturally declines, increasing the risk of fractures, especially in the hips, spine, and wrists. Just a quarter cup of almonds contains nearly 100 milligrams of calcium, a helpful boost when bone health is top of mind. But that's not all. Magnesium in almonds helps shuttle calcium into bones instead of letting it build up in arteries. Vitamin E, another key nutrient in almonds, helps combat oxidative stress that can weaken bones and joints over time. It also supports your skin, immune system, and heart. A triple win. More than just bone support. Almonds also offer heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help reduce LDL, bad cholesterol. That's critical, since cardiovascular health and bone density are often linked. Poor circulation can impair bone repair. They're also packed with fiber, about 3.5 grams per ounce, helping with digestion and supporting a healthy gut, which plays a bigger role in nutrient absorption than most people realize. And for those worried about brain health, almonds' antioxidant profile, especially when you eat them with the skin on, supports memory and slows cognitive aging. A real-life example. Meet Susan. Susan, 72, started adding a small handful of almonds to her morning oatmeal after a fall led to a fractured wrist. Over time, not only did her bone scans improve, but she also noticed less constipation and more energy throughout the day. Her doctor was impressed, and so was Susan. Tips for getting the most out of almonds. Stick to 15 to 20 almonds per day. Choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted varieties. Eat them with the skin on for maximum antioxidant benefits. Chew slowly and thoroughly, especially if you have swallowing issues. Bottom line, almonds are more than just a tasty snack. They're a nutrient-packed, senior-friendly food that supports your bones, heart, brain, and digestion, all in a small, easy-to-carry package. Just a handful a day can help you stay strong and independent longer. Up next, the brain-boosting power of walnuts. Part 5. Walnuts, the brain-boosting nut. Ever wonder why walnuts look like tiny brains? It's nature's way of hinting at what they're good for, and science backs it up. Walnuts are packed with ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that plays a crucial role in keeping brain cells healthy and communication pathways sharp. Why walnuts are a smart choice for seniors. As we age, cognitive decline becomes a real concern. Memory lapses, slower reaction times, and even mood changes can signal the brain isn't functioning at its best. Walnuts help counteract that. Studies have shown that eating just a small handful daily can improve processing speed, mental flexibility, and even help reduce inflammation in the brain. What makes walnuts so unique is their ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, delivering anti-inflammatory polyphenols right where they're needed most. Plus, they contain natural melatonin, which can help improve sleep cycles, especially helpful for seniors who struggle with rest. Real story. Meet George. George, 78, began snacking on walnuts after reading about their brain benefits. Within a few months, he noticed he was remembering names more easily and felt sharper during his bridge games. His wife even commented that he was more focused during conversations. George swears by his daily dose of 7 walnut halves. Bonus health perks. Walnuts support heart health by helping lower LDL cholesterol. Walnuts, they're rich in fiber, aiding digestion and keeping blood sugar stable. Arginine, an amino acid in walnuts, promotes blood vessel flexibility, important for both heart and brain function. Smart tips. Eat 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. Store them in the fridge to keep oils from going rancid. Consider buying walnuts in shell for better freshness and hand exercise. Bottom line, walnuts aren't just brain food, they're whole body boosters. From better memory to improved sleep and heart health, a small daily serving can deliver big results. If you're looking to stay sharp, walnuts are a wise and tasty place to start. Next, pistachios, the blood pressure regulator. Part 6. Pistachios, the blood pressure regulator. If you think pistachios are just fun to crack open, think again. These little green gems are a powerhouse for seniors looking to support their heart health, manage blood pressure, and protect their eyesight. Why pistachios matter for seniors? Pistachios have one of the best potassium to sodium ratios of all nuts. That's key because aging kidneys tend to hold on to sodium, raising blood pressure. Just 1 ounce of pistachios gives you roughly 285 milligrams of potassium and very little sodium, helping your body naturally regulate fluid balance and reduce strain on the heart. And here's the surprising part. A small handful a day has been shown in studies to lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points. That's comparable to some mild medications without the side effects. Real-life example, Linda's pistachio routine. Linda, 70, was diagnosed with mild hypertension and wanted to manage it naturally. Her doctor recommended dietary changes, and Linda decided to snack on pistachios instead of chips each evening. Within 2 months, her readings improved, and her energy returned. She now calls it her green medicine. Eye health plus more. Pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that directly support the macula, the part of your eye responsible for central vision. Regular intake may help slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration. They're also gentler on aging teeth, soft enough to chew without pain, but still satisfyingly crunchy, the ideal texture for seniors. Extra benefits. Great source of fiber, helps stabilize blood sugar. Contain B6, essential for brain health and mood. Shelling them slows you down, preventing overeating and promoting mindful snacking. Tips for best results. Go for unsalted or lightly salted pistachios. Stick to about 49 pistachios a day. Choose partially open shells if you have arthritis or limited hand strength. Bottom line, pistachios do more than taste great. They actively help lower blood pressure, support vision, and even help you snack smarter. A simple daily habit that pays off in lasting health benefits. Next up, Brazil nuts, the thyroid healer. Part 7. Brazil nuts, the thyroid healer. When it comes to nutrient powerhouses, few foods punch above their weight like Brazil nuts. For seniors, these rich, buttery nuts offer a unique advantage. They support thyroid function, boost energy levels, and help keep cognitive decline at bay. Why the thyroid matters more after 65. The thyroid gland acts like your body's thermostat, controlling energy, metabolism, and even mood. But after 60, thyroid efficiency drops, especially in women. What most people don't realize is that low thyroid activity can lead to fatigue, weight gain, cold sensitivity, and even depression. That's where Brazil nuts shine. Just one Brazil nut contains up to 137% of your daily selenium, a mineral crucial for converting thyroid hormones into their active form. Unlike many supplements, the selenium in Brazil nuts is highly bioavailable, meaning your body can use it more efficiently. Real-life example, George's one-nut habit. George, 72, had been feeling constantly tired. Blood tests showed suboptimal thyroid levels. Instead of going straight to meds, his nutritionist advised adding one Brazil nut a day to his routine. 3 months later, George reported more energy, better sleep, and even improved focus. "It's the smallest thing I do," he says, "but it made the biggest difference." Beyond the thyroid, Brazil nuts don't stop at hormone health. They also protect your nerves by supporting the myelin sheath, the insulation around brain and nerve cells, offer gentle digestive support thanks to their fiber and natural oils, contain antioxidants that may help protect DNA and slow the aging process. A word of caution, because they're so selenium-rich, you only need 1 to 2 nuts a day. Eating more can cause selenium toxicity, leading to issues like hair loss, fatigue, and nerve problems. Also, their soft texture makes them easy to chew, ideal for seniors with sensitive teeth or dentures. Tips for best results. Choose unshelled Brazil nuts for freshness. Store them in the fridge to prevent the delicate oils from going rancid. Chew slowly. A little goes a long way. Bottom line, just one Brazil nut a day can help rebalance your thyroid, improve energy, and protect your nervous system. It's a tiny food with a massive impact, and one of the easiest, most effective daily habits for seniors. Part 8. The big picture. Choosing nuts that truly support senior health. So now that we've covered the nuts to avoid and the ones to prioritize, let's zoom out for a second. Because the real takeaway here isn't just about which nut to snack on. It's about making smarter choices for longevity, strength, and independence. How one small change can spark a big shift. Take the case of Linda, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. She used to reach for cashews or peanuts every afternoon while watching TV. After watching a video on senior nutrition, she swapped them out for a handful of raw almonds and a Brazil nut. Within weeks, Linda reported feeling less bloated, had fewer afternoon crashes, and even noticed her joint stiffness easing up. Her doctor confirmed her cholesterol had improved, and she felt motivated to start taking short evening walks again. All from simply changing what was in her snack bowl. Why this matters more as you age. As we get older, our bodies become less forgiving. Metabolism slows, inflammation rises, and nutrient absorption isn't what it used to be. That's why every bite counts more than ever. Nuts aren't just snacks. They're micro-hormonal messengers, sending signals that affect your brain health, joint pain, energy levels, sleep quality, heart and blood vessels. Pick the wrong ones, like peanuts or cashews, and you might be unknowingly fueling inflammation or disrupting your digestion. Choose the right ones: almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. And you're essentially building a daily toolkit for aging better. Make it work for you. Here's a simple starter guide. Morning. Add walnuts to your oatmeal or yogurt. Afternoon. Snack on almonds or pistachios, lightly salted or raw. Evening. Enjoy one Brazil nut to support thyroid and nerve health. Store your nuts in airtight containers in the fridge to preserve freshness. If chewing is a challenge, try chopping or soaking them briefly to soften. And remember, variety matters. Rotate your choices weekly so you get a broader spectrum of nutrients without overloading on one type. Final thought. Healthy aging isn't about overhauling your whole life. Sometimes it starts with what's in your hand and what you choose to eat in a quiet moment. One nut at a time, one habit at a time. That's how longevity is built. Part 9. Final takeaways. Turning knowledge into daily action. Now that we've gone deep into which nuts help or hurt seniors, it's time to bring all this together into something that fits your life and your kitchen. It's not about perfection, it's about direction. Let's be real, no one eats perfectly all the time, but what matters is what you do most of the time. Reaching for almonds instead of peanuts, or grabbing a few pistachios instead of another spoonful of cashew butter. These aren't just food swaps, they're lifestyle nudges. Each one gently pulls your health in a better direction. Think of Bill, a 73-year-old widower from Arizona. He didn't want to go on a diet or track every bite, so instead, he focused on one tiny change, adding walnuts to his breakfast toast instead of jam. 3 months later, he told his daughter he felt sharper, less sluggish, and more steady on his feet. That's the compound effect of small, smart choices. Create your personal nut plan. Here's a no-stress way to build your own senior-friendly nut routine. Monday, Wednesday, almonds, great for bones and digestion. Thursday, Friday, walnuts, your brain's best friend. Saturday, Sunday, pistachios and Brazil nuts combo, heart and thyroid support. Try pre-portioning them in small snack bags. Keep a jar by your favorite chair or in your bag for on-the-go energy. If you're dealing with chewing issues, toss a few into a smoothie or overnight oats instead. Bonus tip: watch the extras. Remember, nuts are healthiest in their most natural form. Avoid the overly salted, honey-roasted or oil-soaked versions. They undo a lot of the benefits. And always store them in the fridge or freezer to prevent rancidity and preserve those good fats. In the end, it's about empowerment. You don't need to memorize complicated nutrition labels or give up your favorite foods. You just need a few go-to smart choices that support your aging body. Choosing the right nuts isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about boosting your energy, keeping your independence, and enjoying the years ahead with clarity and strength. And if you're reading this, you're already ahead of the curve. You're choosing to be proactive, informed, and empowered. So here's your next move. Pick one small change, try it for a week, and pay attention to how you feel. Aging well isn't a miracle. It's a muscle you build, one good decision at a time. And there you have it, the truth about the nuts hiding in your snack drawer. The 4 to avoid? They're not evil, but for older and the 4 you should eat more often. Think of them like nature's little medicine packs. Small, powerful, and designed to help at Healthy Aging Vault. We believe aging is not about luck. It's about knowledge, consistency, and daily choices that build. So here's your challenge. This week, swap out one nut that's been dragging you down, and add one that lifts you up. Tiny move, big takeaway. And now we want to hear from you. Was there a nut on the list that surprised you? Drop a comment below. We read every single one. And hey, if this video helped you, please like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe so we can keep bringing real, science-backed tips to smart seniors. Until next time, stay strong, stay sharp, and keep building the life you deserve, one choice at a time.